A Scorpio. Oh, no, Sagittarius. My apologies, Sagittarius. Welcome to your session. Sagittarius, in this session, we will take a look at what you're clinging on to. Sagittarius, keep in mind that this is a general reading. It is not a personal, so please do not force any of the channel messages. Thank you. Moving forward, all inquiries, email spiritualguidinglight@gmail.com. If this is your first time here, well, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition as an intuitive reader. Allow this reading to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding for Sagittarius, my fire sign. Thank you. All right, so Sagittarius, just a FYI, um, you may have other placements and you may resonate with another zodiac signs. What are you clinging on to messages? So feel free to navigate here on YouTube, and you can also navigate on the SGL Tarot Podcast. There you also have your individual zodiac sign readings and your collective readings there. All right, at no cost. All right, let's go ahead and see what messages come out for you in this session. What is Sagittarius clinging on to, please? All right, one card. This is upright. Rekindle is upright. And clarity in reverse. It's so direct. This is a direct message, Sagittarius. You are clinging on to the hopes of reuniting. Um, this rekindle, I'm hearing that song, reunited, and it feels so good. Um, Whoever you are, Sagittarius, you already have your clarity. So you're stuck in this thought, and that thought is your answer. All right. You want to rekindle. And in order to rekindle, you're going to have to use that fire energy. You're going to have to take action. All right. You don't need reassurance. You already know what you want to do. For some of you, this is rekindling with family, meaning turning over a new leaf. All right. This could be a friend, a platonic relationship. All right. You don't have to wait, right, for the reassurance. You take action. That's what you're being asked to do when it comes to a connection. You don't have to wait for the person to show up. You show up if you're wanting to rekindle a connection. Perseverance. And it's going to be an ongoing thing. So I'm talking to my Sagittarius, is where you have to understand that whatever relationship that you're in, whether it's platonic, um, a higher level of commitment of a relationship, that there's ups and downs. And it's an ongoing process when it comes to forgiving and moving forward and growing from that progress. Okay. So you don't have to allow a year to pass by because you're waiting for the person to show up. Show up for the connection. And maybe that may be your lead role. You may find yourself always showing up for a connection. And unfortunately, your connections are only stable because you're showing up for them. And that's just the way it is for my Sagittarius is at this time. Your connections won't be stable if you wait for the other party to show up for the connection, because unfortunately, you have connections with people who don't know how to stabilize a connection. They're used to people, you know, coming to them to make it right. And so you're going to have to lead by example, Sagittarius, and communicate that, communicate your needs in the connection. And if, after you communicate it, if it's not being reciprocated, let it go and continue to grow in your connections that you deemed worthy to rekindle, that you deem that you want longevity with and in. When it comes to perseverance, it says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So it's on you. It's not a you problem. It's on you. So if you're wanting to talk to someone, talk to them. Show up for the connection. But just understand that your role in your connections is that you're the one who stabilizes the connection. That's just something that you're going to have to accept at this time. And eventually, you're the how do I say this? Because I want to say individuals, persons. I'll just say this. It will soon be reciprocated. Am I saying that reciprocated? It will soon be reciprocated. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be an aha moment. Okay, Sagittarius always shows up for the relationship. Okay, let me try this time. And when it happens, it's going to happen when you least expect it. And when it happens, acknowledge it, because it never happens. All right, let's move on. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? What other messages do you have for Sagittarius regarding to what Sagittarius could be clinging on to? What is Sagittarius clinging on to? Ugh, what a sticky situation. Both cards stayed inside the deck. Ugh, both cards did. They flipped over, but they stayed inside the deck. This is a sticky situation. You have honesty here on the table. Another one flipped over. Let me find it. Something that's supposed to be hidden is not hidden. So this is letting me know that Sagittarius, you're being asked to stop clinging on to oblivious. Stop acting oblivious, because it's going to continue. People trying to get over on you, it'll continue. That's the truth. I saw something flip over, but unfortunately it must have flipped back over. I think you've seen it too. You have honesty on the table. You're being asked to stop acting oblivious. When it comes to honesty, it says, I can't always accept the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Right, Sagittarius, that is so correct. Stop lying to yourself. You don't got to go out of your way when you see something, but don't lie to yourself and convince yourself that what you experience or what you see is not happening, because it is. And when you're honest with yourself and you hold that integrity up high, the respect will be reciprocated. And is Sagittarius disrespectful? Is Sagittarius disrespectful? Because there should be a reason. Okay, you're a little rude. That's just who you are. Yeah, that's just who you are. You're rude. You're rude with purpose, Sagittarius. It comes with the territory. You have every right to be rude. You're not rude to everybody. You're just rude to those who deserve your rudeness. And you know not to do that because there's this guilt. So whatever is blocking your happiness, that's connected to health and self-esteem. Work on your self-esteem and health together with happiness, with guilt, and behind the scenes, it could be depression. Okay. And work on that. You need to be honest with yourself. Overall, layman terms, you're not happy. And when you acknowledge that you're not happy, then you'll become happy. You're releasing that restraint. Okay. Stop guilt tripping yourself as well. All right. What is a direct transformation message for Sagittarius? A direct message for Sagittarius, please. Oh, you scared the shit out of me. Not scared me like out of my bones, but like I was like, I'm on Sagittarius and you're so happy in Sagittarius. What happened?
I was looking right now, but I can't find the charger. I thought you used one before.
You lost it? That one is too high. I have one do you have one of those things? Yeah. You need one of these? You can get there's a charger in the back seat. You know that blue one? Yeah. Just make sure you lock the car back. Okay. You're welcome.
I got one of those candies too.
Yeah, what candies? The There's some in there? Oh, if you can find some, I think there's mints in there. I know I ate the last of the Reese's. Yeah, go ahead and get them. The Reese's were in the refrigerator. Oh, go ahead. We'll put it in the freezer so it can get solid. I mean, in the you could put it in the freezer or the refrigerator. It'll get solid in like 3 minutes. It won't be soft. Go ahead and take them. A direct message for Sagittarius. Direct transformation message. Another one. You got stuff just churning over inside the deck. I'm telling you, that's one that lets you know it's a sticky situation. Sagittarius, are you being forced to do something that you don't want to do? Is there something going on behind the scenes? You have hope, new beginning, and vulnerability. Oh, you're having it's a challenge for change, Sagittarius. And then you have cleanse in relationships. You need to be around people. You don't need to be around yourself, and work on ongoing cleansing, whether that's face washing, showers, spritzing water with a spray bottle. For the most part, work on taming how you feel, navigate and explore how you feel as well. Um, and you will see that change is occurring. Okay. There's not going to be this, you know, fairy dust and a magic carpet. It's change. It starts with it's a progress. And sometimes we don't see that progress when we're looking for someone to see it and tell us that they see it. You're going to have to take the necessary steps, work on how you feel and navigate how you feel. How you navigate how you feel is understanding your triggers. And when you do that, that puts you in a position to be present, Sagittarius. All right. When they're low vibrational emotions, don't run from them because change is occurring. You're overcoming your fear, and you want to pay attention to what has triggered that emotion: scent, smell, sound, people, environment. Did you lock it back up? Okay, perfect. Um, and what I love about that is when you navigate that way, you are actually being present. Okay. If you are navigating high vibration emotion, make sure that you're not experiencing those high vibrations alone. I want you to get in the habit of connecting with others. So work on your interpersonal skills. And that's definitely stemming from a collective energy. So you're not the only one having a difficult time. You're not the only zodiac sign Sagittarius at this time in the collective that are having difficulties with seeing self change, our own self change, without me having to say, you know what, Sagittarius, I see something different about you, right? You're able to say, you know what, I'm a work in progress and I'm doing good. And so when you are acknowledged, right? SGL Sagittarius, I see your improvement. Thank you. Then you're able to identify your improvements. Like, yeah, I've been working on my character and X, Y, and Z. Now you've stricken up a conversation, right? Not only have you stricken up a conversation, you have lit the candle, and it is a fiery effect where you're igniting the fire to someone else, whom then will be encouraged, right, and inspired to do the same thing too. So you're not just creating a new beginning. You are. It's. I want to keep the fire significant in your reading instead of taking it to a different matter like the domino effect, because the domino effect, there is no emotion. Okay. And so that's why, anywho, in that vulnerability, that's the communication of the of being able to identify your change. overall overall receive. Yeah. Overall direct transformation message is receive. um, Sagittarius, it says, you are kind and loving. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. Confirmation. But now is the time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. So the universe is definitely on your side. Sagittarius, are you willing to accept this gift of change? And it's fire in that box, and you'll be able to take action. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? What else is Sagittarius clinging on to? What are the Sagittarius in the collective clinging on to, please? Thank you. Get more information. You don't know. If this has to do with dealing with people, you don't know. You don't have all the information. All right. You're being asked not to choose a side. Okay. When it comes to you, you need to get to know yourself. And I don't know why you're not willing to do that, but you're being asked to do that. You're clinging on to everything else, people, places, or things, when you should be clinging on to you. I don't know what that means, but that's what that's what I got out of that. The bottom of the deck, you have no. So again, I don't see you making yourself a priority with the no at the bottom of the deck. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? So basically with that no, because I don't want you to feel like I'm disregarding you, so that you can make yourself a priority and get to know thyself, you need to tell everything outside of you no, and build that relationship with yourself, Sagittarius. I am message for Sagittarius, please. Choice. You're going to be forced to face yourself. Okay. When it comes to being indecisive, what is the overall message for? Thank you. Shining light. How do you? This is that fire energy that I was explaining to you that came in this gift. No one's forcing you to accept what the universe is trying to give you, this fire energy that you're needing. Sagittarius. When it comes to shining light, it says, my desire to improve myself transforms fear into strength. I raise my thoughts above doubt and find faith in the goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself as a soul, and I discover the light that dwells in me. Sagittarius, you are a fire sign. What are the messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? Give me some direct messages if someone wanted to, whoever is clinging on to Sagittarius, what are the direct messages that this person wants to tell Sagittarius? Thank you. You matter. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. And it just feels like this is one-sided, Sagittarius, where this person is telling you. It's a mixed signals, right? You don't believe them. Strength, ego, I'm open to compromise. All right. And this is where you're being asked to say no and focus on yourself at this time, Sagittarius, based off the previous spreads. Okay. You're open to compromising, but this spread is supposed to be a direct message to you of the person that's clinging on to you. All right. So basically, this person is willing to lose their job, right? They lack fire energy. They don't have fire energy. Okay. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. You matter. So this person is willing to let go of themselves and put all the weight on you. I'm going to be honest with you, Sagittarius. As an adult, I mean, do you want to feel like you have an adult child you're taking care of? Do you want an extra responsibility, Sagittarius? Because it feels like you got a whole person that's willing to do whatever you want. But, it's a whole nother baggage. It's a whole nother responsibility. And you're being asked, the previous spread said, Sagittarius, you need to learn more about yourself and focus on you right now. How are you going to do that and take care of a whole nother adult? You ain't going to never have no energy. Sometimes just because a person is always accessible and available and they're willing to do whatever you want them to do, it's toxic. You need to tell this person to build themselves up, get themselves together so you can get yourself together. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. What's at the bottom of the deck? Because I feel like it's not meant to be. Be more selfish. Yeah, you need to, this is not your responsibility. Period, Sagittarius. Don't say I didn't tell you. All right, moving forward. What other messages do you have for Sagittarius? So you got a person that's clinging on to you and you need to release them. What other message you have for Sagittarius? What other messages you have for Sagittarius? fulfillment. Telling you what the universe has for you is this fire energy, Sagittarius. Where is it at? Where is the card? And you will have fulfillment using that fire energy. It's like a power boost. Accept this fire energy that the universe is willing to release unto you. Let me read this receive again. It says, you are a kind and loving soul, Sagittarius, who constantly reaching out and gives to others. That's why you need to let people go that you can't take that responsibility. That's too much. It's too much. It's a no. But now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive, just as with the ebb and flow of the tides. The art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. Some people don't deserve you, Sagittarius, and they need to wake up and see that. It's time for you to put people on timeout, Sagittarius. Pride. True worth is measured by character accolades. The universe is trying to give you the labor of your fruit. And those who are not your responsibility, you need to release them. And they need to take accountability. They don't get to eat this bread. They didn't help you pick, they didn't help you get the wheat. They didn't help you swift the wheat. They didn't help you mend the dough. They didn't help you put it in the oven. But when they smelt it, what happened? Did you still share? You're being asked not to share. You're being asked not to share. Bottom of the deck. Depression, because if you do, you're going to be let down. And then you're going to be starting all over. You're going to be starting all over. Yes. Yes. Hello? Did you butt call me? Wait, hold on. Let me mute this. Just one moment. All right. What are the messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? All right, what other messages do you have for Sagittarius, please? This is a side note. I want you to know, Sagittarius, when the cards do that, what it just did, these are side notes. I'm still gonna pull another spread. You have reflection, gossip, ooh, illuminate. This is a what are you clinging on to message, Sagittarius. Reflection, gossip, illuminate, soulmate, and family. You don't feel like you're deserving. Why are you hard on yourself, Sagittarius? Huh? Because this reflection and this gossip, this is an illusion. This is in the headspace. Okay? You're telling yourself that people are saying stuff, but do you have proof? Have you heard someone say anything negative? Because this is a Pisces energy with illumination here. All right. You need connection, Sagittarius. So what you're clinging on to is a negative thought process. You're creating storylines in your mind that are not realistic. They're not real. All right. And the more you keep telling yourself that people think a certain way of you or they're saying certain things of you and you have not heard anyone say it out of their mouths, you are going to continue to isolate yourself. And I need you to promise me that you're going to be kind to yourself, Sagittarius. As of now, I need you to forgive yourself for even entertaining your shadow energy. Okay. And just, make a promise to yourself that you're going to be a working progress in establishing and working on connections. All right. Okay. Moving forward, give me an overall I am message for Sagittarius, please. Give me an overall message for Sagittarius. It's all about you. And that was the main message in your whatever you're clinging on to message was making yourself a priority and getting to know you. When it comes to your I am message, it says, I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to honor and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. What is the serenity prayer? I believe I still have it. God help me to forgive the things I cannot change. Um, don't quote me on it, but I have it right here. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right. Sagittarius, what is the outcome message for Sagittarius, please? What is the outcome? Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is often related to balance in relationships. You're having a hard time maintaining partnerships and you're getting caught in the middle of arguments. See this as caution. Like the person in this card, let me show you what the Two of Swords looks like. Sagittarius, hold on. I'm going to show you the original version of the Two of Swords. No. Let me find the Two of Swords. Just one moment. All right, Sagittarius, and this is the outcome message, and this is confirmation. This energy was coming through in your session in regards to what you're clinging on to. So let me read this Two of Swords to you. Working progress, Sagittarius. Okay, it says the Two of Swords is often related to balance and relationships. You're having a hard time maintaining partnerships and you're getting caught in the middle of arguments. See this as caution. Like the person in the card, you may be choosing to keep the blindfold on. Avoiding issues won't make them go away. Okay, and that's the truth. I love you, Sagittarius. Don't ever forget that. I'm here to serve you. All right, angel guide message for Sagittarius, please. All right, and that angelic protections showing up. Something you don't see. All right, you got a lot going on, Sagittarius. Just give me one angel guide message for Sagittarius. Take charge and action. There's the change, spiritual growth, earth and ground yourself. Ah, and the manifestation comes in. Take charge and action. Your angel guide message entails in Sagittarius. This session will be available to you whenever you need, Sagittarius. Your angel guides are guiding you to take a step back and reflect before proceeding further. There is an excitable and action-oriented energy around you at this time, but you are being encouraged to review the situation before making any moves. Get more information, Sagittarius. Remember that you are a sensitive being and should should the correct steps and attention not be lined up, you can open yourself up to harsh energies, a situation that could be limited to your growth. Sagittarius, in order to have the best experiences and a positive outcome, take some time now to meditate on your actions, intentions, visions, and goals. Call in your angels and invite them to guide you to make decisions that will be supportive of your expansion and your highest good. Sagittarius, those were the messages that came out for you in your session for your What Are You Clinging On To messages. Hopefully, I did a good job, Sagittarius. Please don't force any of these channel messages. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle, Sagittarius. Until we meet again.